Hello, everyone watching this video, and here I'll be talking about one of our competitors, Apollo. So let us begin with the features overview. Two main factors that Apollo I/O covers is lead generation and outreach. And that is a very smart idea, as these both aspects are a huge problem for most sales managers, and the sales managers are the target audience of Apollo I/O. So that is how Apollo I/O managed to combine in itself two important grounds for any sales managers to work on. Now, let us take a look at the pricing. I will open it rather in the account itself, so it's going to be a bit more comfortable to see. So the main point of building the pricing around it is email credits. As I mentioned earlier, Apollo offers their own database of contacts for their users to use and to add leads from. And these numbers we see here, like 50, 200, unlimited, is the amount of email credits. So the amount of prospects you can add from the database of Apollo. What else I like about their pricing is that it's also built around channels that sales managers could use for their outreach. For instance, we can see that in the basic plan, we only have the ability to send out sequences. And here we can see that it's already manual tasks and call recordings. And in the top plan they offer, we even have the call transcriptions and international dialing and local presence, things like this. So I find it very cool because definitely there are people who are still just doing email outreach, and there are certainly people who want to have some manual tasks for LinkedIn or SMS or other channels. And I think that is beneficial for both the customer and the company to have it separated. Why? Because here people feel like they only pay for what they use. And here, users actually appreciate their tasks and calls recordings and all more because they realize that they have paid for it, specifically for it. So here are my main points about the way they built their pricing. And now, let us move on to the coolest feature that I have found in this platform. And to me, that is the companies page. Let me show you that in the here. Yeah. So I find it outstanding that Apollo offers context for the companies you're prospecting, that you're trying to get as your client. And in the settings, you're able to set up what people you're looking for, what technologies has to be used. And here you can get the context so that your outreach will be way more personalized. It goes without saying that now almost everyone can detect an automated email, and we all know how we treat automated emails. So I find the idea of having context of the company crucial. And I also really enjoyed the idea of having here suggested new contacts, like who you would be able to reach out to, and similar companies. Here, we also have the tab for similar cases, but since my account is not really completed well, that doesn't show anything. But here you can, for instance, select whether you want to show people of the same kind of opportunity in the same kind of stage. So this, I believe, is the coolest feature of Apollo I/O, at least to my humble opinion. Moving on to what I also liked. When I was just logging in and creating my account with Apollo, they asked me what role I have in the company I work for and how can they help me. Here you can see the two screenshots. I really appreciated it, and I strongly believe that from the very beginning, each company that wants to be successful has to communicate to their users and has to make the users feel something. Here, when I had these two screens, I felt welcome. I felt that they're interested in me, and I felt like they tried to customize my experience even before any demo or any other further steps. So at this level, it already felt well and good that it is happening, and I strongly believe that in a saturated market, um, users will always choose products that not only do the functionality that almost any other product on the market can do, but also that respond to their emotional needs, that make them feel a certain way. So this is like a perfect example for me of showing care, and yeah, I really appreciated it. Also, not mentioning that this information can also be useful for Apollo itself. So they also will know, so most people are interested, for instance, in engagement automation, and they are all sales leaders. So this is both ways beneficial as well. One of the other things I really liked is how they displayed the social media icons in their searches. I'm also going to show it here on in the account itself, in Apollo itself. So this is extremely useful and to me very cool that you can, for instance, select industry legal services. And here you have a whole bunch of companies that you can check out. And you do not have to click on each card to move on and on. You can just click here on these icons and check out each page and see what you're most interested in. So yeah, this I have found very useful, very intuitive and user-friendly. As to the features to steal, I really enjoyed seeing this option here. When you're logging a call and you select how it went, for instance, positive, um, there is this default option to mark all active sequences for this prospect as finished. And I think this is something we definitely should do, taking into account that we're aiming to get to other level of our users and to work with agencies. So I think this will be utterly useful because, well, yeah, you connect it, but you have a positive resolution or negative, and you don't want to bother this person anymore. So marking it as finished is saving you a lot of work and time. So this is the feature I would suggest to steal from Apollo IO. Moving on to what customers said about Apollo, which I got acquainted myself with in G2 Crowd website. So yes, everyone appreciates the idea of all-in-one. So lead generation plus outreach, and then you can also, well, if you go further and select upper plans, you can have an ability to have call transcriptions, call recordings. So that is already a lot of functionality in one tool. And here, a lot of people also voiced their satisfaction with the ability to automate the population of tasks based on contact and account stage. Unfortunately, I do not have it in my account to show, but I will show you screenshots from the support articles. So basically, like here, you're able to synchronize the contact stage and account stage. So for instance, if you already talked to a person and marked them as interested, the account stage will also be marked interested automatically, which is pretty cool. And here is another example, is that you can automate your tasks creations only to interested contacts. Like if a contact interacts with any message or any channel of communication via the sequence, then create a task to call them. So that is also rather handy, that most people appreciate it. Their LinkedIn extension is going to be awfully familiar to you, my dear reply employees. This sidebar, yeah, pretty much reminds us of our own extension. And I must say that they made it nicely as well. And there's also opportunity to add individual contacts, like this one is already added, and also to search in the bulk. Yeah, so pretty much very similar functionality with our own. And if you scroll down, it's also working along. So yeah, the the extension is rather handy, I must say, and well, yeah, very similar to ours. Well, there were also a lot of positive comments about UI, and an interesting one was that their database is rich enough to find very obscure companies, like some game dev company in Taiwan, and the users were able to find that, which is actually very cool because not the business is not only taking place in the USA. And here's what the customers didn't like too much about Apollo. So it creates duplicates. Yeah, that is certainly not pleasant. Here I have a percentage, but I want to make a shout out that this is based on a commenter on G2 Crowd, and I do not vouch that this number is correct. But there was a comment that 30% of data is inaccurate, so either people changed job or just got fired, and the emails are not accurate anymore, not reachable anymore, and that creates a lot of problems for for deliverability and for spam records and things like that. Also, a lot of complaints about email account disconnectivity, some complaints about support, and overall about slowness and clunkiness of the application, and also lack of integrations. Like here we can see on the pricing, we can go back here and we can see that here they only offer, for instance, HubSpot and Salesforce integration one way. So to pull contacts and leads from HubSpot and Salesforce to Apollo and not vice versa. And they also now have offered a beta integrations with Outreach Sales Loft, but that's pretty much it. They already have a bidirectorial integration, but there are not much more tools they integrate with, and the API access is only in the most like premium plan they have. So that is a downside. And so, yeah, that is what I wanted to tell you about Apollo. If you have any feedback or questions, please feel free to reach out. I will be glad to hear it and to answer it. And thanks for watching.